Hello everybody and welcome back to our read-along of the D&D Player's Handbook for 5e. Today we're going to start off on page 51 with the Bard. A whole new class today, yay! Bard. Humming as she traces her fingers over an ancient monument in a long-forgotten ruin, a half-elf in rugged leathers finds knowledge springing into her mind, conjured forth by the magic of her song, knowledge of the people who constructed the monument and the mythic saga it depicts. A stern human warrior bangs his sword rhythmically against his scale mail, setting the tempo for his war chant and exhorting his companions to bravery and heroism. The magic of his song fortifies and emboldens them. Laughing as she tunes her cittern, a gnome weaves her subtle magic over the assembled nobles, ensuring that her companions' words will be well received. Whether scholar, skald, or scoundrel, a bard weaves magic through words and music to inspire allies, demoralize foes, manipulate minds, create illusions, and even heal wounds. Music and magic. In the worlds of D&D, words and music are not just vibrations of the air, but vocalizations with the power all of their own. The bard is a master of song, speech, and the magic they contain. Bards say that the multiverse was spoken into existence, that the words of the gods gave it shape, and that the echoes of these primordial words of creation still resound throughout the cosmos. The music of bards is an attempt to snatch and harness those echoes, subtly woven into their spells and powers. The greatest strength of bards is their sheer versatility. Many bards prefer to stick to the sidelines in combat, using their magic to inspire their allies and hinder their foes from a distance. But bards are capable of defending themselves in a melee, if necessary, using their magic to bolster their swords and armor. Their spells lean toward charms and illusions rather than blatantly destructive spells, and they have a wide-ranging knowledge of many subjects and a natural aptitude that lets them do almost anything well. Bards become masters of their talents. Bards become master of the talents they set their minds to perfecting, from musical performing to esoteric knowledge. Learning from experience. True bards are not common in the world. Not every minstrel singing in a tavern or jester cavorting in a royal court is a bard. Discovering the magic in music requires hardy study and some measure of natural talent that most troubadours and jongleurs lack. It can be hard to spot the difference between these performers and true bards, though. A bard's life is spent wandering across the land, gathering lore, telling stories, and living on the gratitude of their audiences, much like any other entertainer. But a depth of knowledge, a level of musical skill, and a touch of magic sets bards apart from their fellows. Only rarely do bards settle in one place for long, and their natural desire to travel, to find new tales to tell, new skills to learn, and new discoveries beyond the horizon makes adventuring career a natural calling. Every adventure is an opportunity to learn, practice a variety of skills, enter long-forgotten tombs, discover lost works of magic, decipher old tomes, travel to strange places, or encounter exotic creatures. Bards love to accompany heroes, to witness their deeds firsthand. A bard who can tell an awe-inspiring story from personal experience earns renown among other bards. Indeed, after telling so many stories about heroes accomplishing mighty deeds, many bards take these themes to heart and assume heroic roles themselves. Creating a bard. Bards thrive on stories, whether those stories are true or not. Your character backgrounds and motivations are not as important as the stories that he or she tells about them. Perhaps you had a secure and mundane childhood. There's no good story to be told about that, so you might paint yourself as an orphan raised by a hag in a dismal swamp. Or your childhood might be worthy of a story. Some bards acquire their magical music through extraordinary means, including the inspiration of fae or other supernatural creatures. Did you serve an apprenticeship studying under a master, following more experienced bard until you were ready to strike out on your own? Or did you attend a college where you studied bardic lore and practiced your musical magic? Perhaps you were a young runaway or an orphan, befriended by a wandering bard who became your mentor. Or you might have been a spoiled noble, child tutored by a master. Perhaps you stumbled into the clutches of a hag, making a bargain for a musical gift in addition to your life and freedom, but at what cost? Quick build. You can make a bard quickly by following these suggestions. First, charisma should be your highest ability score, followed by dexterity. Second, choose entertainer background. Third, choose the dancing lights and vicious mockery cantrips, along with the following first level spells: charm person, detect magic, healing word, and thunderwave. Class features. As a bard, you gain the following class features. My tongue sucks today, fellas. Hit die. 1d8 per bard level. Hit points at the first level are 8 plus your constitution modifier. Hit points at higher levels is 1d8, or 5, plus your constitution modifier per bard level after first. Proficiencies. Armor. Light armor. Weapons. Simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, short swords. Tools. 3 musical instruments of your choice. Saving throws. Dexterity and charisma. Skills. Choose any 3. Equipment. You start with the following equipment in addition to the equipment granted by your background. You gain either a rapier, long sword, or any simple weapon. Then a diplomat's pack or an entertainer's pack. You get a lute or any other musical instrument. And last, you gain leather armor and a dagger. Spellcasting. You have learned to untangle and reshape the fabric of reality in harmony with your wishes of music. Your spells are part of your vast repertoire, magic that you can tune to different situations. See Chapter 10 for the general rules of spellcasting and Chapter 11 for the bard spell list. Cantrips. You know 2 cantrips of your choice from the bard spell list. You learn additional bard cantrips of your known. You earn additional bard cantrips of your choice at higher levels as shown in the cantrips known column of the bard table. Completely skipped half of a sentence. Alright. So at the top of the next page is the bard's table. And that's 53. At the first level, your proficiency bonus is 2. Your features: spellcasting, bardic inspiration, d6. You are going to know 2 cantrips. You're going to know 4 spells. You will be able to cast 2 first level spells. Second level, still proficiency bonus of 2. Your features now include Jack of all trades and Song Rest, a d6. You still know 2 cantrips, but now you know 5 spells, and you can cast 3 first level spells. At the third level, proficiency bonus is still 2. You gain the Bard College and Expertise features. Your cantrips known are still 2. You now go up to 6 known spells, and you can cast 4 first level and 2 second level spells. At the 4th level, you get an ability score improvement. Your proficiency bonus remains the same. You now know 3 cantrips and 7 total spells. You can cast 4 first levels, 3 second levels, and now 2 third level spells. At the 5th level, I lied to you. I skipped down. The 4th is you have 3 cantrips, 7 spells, 4 of the first, 3 of the second. At the 5th level, you increase to +3 for your proficiency bonus. You gain the Bardic Inspiration D8 feature and Font of Inspiration. You still know 3 cantrips, but now you know 8 spells. You can still cast only 4 first level spells, 3 second level spells, and 2 third level spells. Now, the amounts that don't change, I'm not going to continue to read on this table. I will just change what is actually going to change to try to make it a little shorter. 6th level, you gain Counter Charm and Bard College feature. You now know 5 spells, and you can use 3 now at the 3rd level. At the 7th level, not much changes, but you do gain 1 known spell, and you can now use 1 4th level spell as well. At the 8th level, you get an ability score improvement. You can now know 11 spells, and your 4th level spells increase to 2. At the 9th level, your proficiency bonus goes up to 4. You gain Song of Rest with a D8 instead of a D6. Your known spells are now 12. You now have 3 4th level spells you can cast and 1 5th level spell you can cast. At the 10th level, your Bardic Inspiration increases to a D10. Expertise and Magical Secrets are gained. You now have a cantrip of 4 instead of 3. Your known spells are 14. You gain 1 extra spell slot in the 5th level, so you now have 2. At the 11th level, not a huge amount of change. You know 15 spells instead of 14, and you gain 1 spell slot in the 6th tier. At the 12th level, you gain an ability score improvement. And everything else remains the same. At the 13th level, your proficiency bonus is now 5. Your Song of Rest increases to a D8. Your known spells increase to 16. And you're going to gain 1 7th level spell. At 14th level, you gain Magical Secrets and a Bard College feature. Your known spells increase to 18, but your spell slots remain the same. At the 15th level, you gain Bardic Inspiration as a D12. You now know 19 spells total, and you are going to gain 1 spell slot in the 7th level. In the 16th level, you gain another ability score improvement. Everything else remains the same. 17th level, your proficiency bonus now increases to 6. Your Song of Rest increases to a D12. You now know 20 total spells, and you gain the ability to finally cast a 9th tier spell. At the 18th level, you gain another Magical Secrets. The total spells you can cast is now maxed out at 22 spells. You also gain another spell slot in the 5th level, so now you can cast 3 5th level spells. At the 19th level, you get an ability score improvement. And you gain one more spell slot in the 6th level. At level 20, Superior Inspiration is now yours. You still have that max proficiency bonus of 6. Your known cantrips are 4. Your known spells are 22. Your first level spells, 4. Second are 3. Third are 3. Fourth are 3. Fifth are 3. Sixth is 5. Yeah, 5 is... Sorry, I messed that up, fellas. Your 5th tier magic is now 3. Your 6th tier magic is 2. Your 7th tier magic is 2. And then your 8th and 9th are still at 1. So a lot of magic in the Bard class. Now, for our spell slots. The Bardic table shows how many spell slots you have to cast of your Bard at the first level and higher. To cast one of these spells, you must expend a spell slot at that spell's level or higher. You regain all of your expended spell slots when you finished a long rest. For example, if you know the first level spell, Cure Wounds, and have a first level and second level spell slot available, you can cast Cure Wounds with either spell slot. Spells known of first level and higher. You know 4 first level spells of your choice from the Bardic spell list. I kind of already went over this, so this is just a repeat. The spells known column in the Bard table shows you when you learn more Bard spells of your choice. Each of these spells must be of a level for which you have spell slots shown at the table. For instance, when you reach 3rd level in this class, you can learn 1 new spell of the 1st or 2nd level. Additionally, when you gain a level in this class, you can choose one of the Bard spells you know and replace it with another spell from the Bard's list, which also must be of a level of spell that you have spell slots for. Spellcasting ability. Charisma is your spellcasting ability for your Bard spells. Your magic comes from the heart and soul you pour into the performance of your music or oration. You use your charisma whenever a spell refers to your spellcasting ability. In addition, you use your charisma modifier when setting the saving throw DC for a Bard spell you cast when making an attack roll with one. Spell save DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier. Spell tack modifier. Your proficiency bonus modifier plus your charisma modifier. Ritual casting. You can cast any Bard spell you know as a ritual if that spell has the ritual tag. Spellcasting focus. You use a musical instrument, see Chapter 5 Equipment, as a spellcasting focus for your Bard spells. Bardic inspiration. You can inspire others through stirring words or music. To do so, you use a bonus action on your turn to choose one creature other than yourself within 60 feet of you that can hear you. That creature gains 1 Bardic Inspiration die, a D6. Once, within the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the die and add the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw it makes. The creature can wait until after it rolls the D20 before deciding to use the Bardic Inspiration die. But it must decide before the DM says whether the attack roll succeeds or fails. Once the Bardic Inspiration die is rolled, it is lost. A creature can have only 1 Bardic Inspiration at a time. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier, a minimum of 1. You regain any expended uses when you finish a long rest. Your bardic inspiration die changes when you reach certain levels in this class, as we went over in the table. That die becomes a D8 at 5th, a D10 at 10, and a D12 at 15th. Jack of all trades. Starting at the 2nd level, you can add half of your proficiency bonus, rounded down, to any ability check you make that doesn't already include your proficiency bonus. So everything gets a +1, minimum. Song of Rest. Beginning at 2nd level, you can use soothing music or oration to help revitalize your wounded allies during a short rest. If you or any friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending 1 or more hit die, each of those creatures gains an extra 1d8 hit points. The extra hit points increase when you reach certain levels to this class. 1d8 for the 9th level, 1d10 at the 13th, and 1d12 at the 17th. Your Bardic College. At the 3rd level, you delve into the advanced techniques of a bard college of your choice, and the College of Lore or the College of Valor, both detailed at the end of the class description. Your choice grants you features at the 3rd level and again at the 6th and 14th level. Expertise. At the 3rd level, you choose 2 of your skill proficiencies. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check that you make that uses either of your chosen proficiencies. At the 10th level, you can choose 2 skills proficiencies to gain this benefit. Another 2 skills. Sorry, missed that word. Ability score improvement. When you reach the 4th level and again at the 8th, 12th, 16th, and 19th level, you can increase 1 ability score of your choice by 2, or you increase 2 of your ability scores by 1. As normal, you cannot increase an ability score above 20 using this feature. Font of Inspiration. Beginning when you reach the 5th level, you regain all of your expended use of bardic inspirations when you finish a short or long rest. Counter Charm. At the 6th level, you gain the ability to use musical notes or words of power to disrupt mind-influencing effects. As an action, you can start a performance that lasts until the end of your turn. During that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet of you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. A creature must be able to hear you to gain this benefit. The performance ends early if you are incapacitated or silenced, or if you voluntarily end it. No action required. Magical Secrets. By the 10th level, you have plundered magical knowledge from a wide spectrum of disciplines. Choose 2 spells from any classes, including this one. A spell you choose must be the level you can cast, as shown on the Bard table or cantrip. The spells chosen count as Bard spells for you, and are included in the number of known spells column on the Bard table. You learn 2 additional spells from any class at the 14th level and again at the 18th level. Superior Inspiration. At the 20th level, when you roll initiative and have no uses of bardic inspiration left, you regain 1 use. Bard Colleges. I'll teach these vagrants. The way of the bard is gregarious. Bards seek each other out to swap songs and stories, boast of their accomplishments, and share their knowledge. Bards loose associations, which they call colleges, to facilitate their gatherings and preserve their traditions. Pardon me. College of Lore. Bards of the College of Lore know something about most things. collecting bits of knowledge from sources as diverse scholarly tomes and peasant tales. Whether singing folk ballads in taverns or elaborate compositions in royal courts, these bards use their gift to hold audiences spellbound. When the applause dies down, the audience members might find themselves questioning everything they held to be true, from their faith in the priesthood of the local temple to the loyalty of their king. The loyalty of these bards lies in the pursuit of beauty and truth, not in fealty to a monarch or following the tenets of a deity. A noble who keeps such a bard as a herald or advisor knows the bard would rather be honest than politic. The college's members gather in libraries and sometimes in actual colleges to complete with classrooms and dormitories to share their love of lore with one another. They also meet at festivals or affairs of state where they can expose corruption, unravel lies, and poke fun at self-important figures of authority. Bonus proficiencies. When you join the College of Lore at the 3rd level, you gain proficiency with 3 skills of your choice. So bards are very, very skilled people. Cutting words. At the 3rd level, you learn how to use your wit to distract, confuse, and otherwise sap the confidence and competence of others. When a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend one of the uses of your bardic inspiration, rolling a bardic inspiration die, and subtracting the number that you've rolled from the creature's roll. You can choose to use this feature after the creature makes its roll, but before the DM determines whether an attack roll or ability check succeeds or fails. Before the creature deals its damage. The creature is immune if it can't hear you, or if it's immune to being charmed. Additional magical secrets. At the 6th level, you learn 2 spells of your choice from any class. A spell you choose must be a level you can cast, as shown on the bard table, or a cantrip. The chosen spell counts against as a bard spell for you, but don't count against the number of bard spells that you know. So doesn't was still correct. It's just not how they worded it. So, woohoo! Extra spell slots without having to have extra spell slots. Well, not spell slots, but known spells. Peerless skill. Starting at the 14th level, when you make an ability check, you can expend 1 use of bardic inspiration. Roll a bardic inspiration die and add the number rolled to your ability check. You can choose to do so after you roll the die for the ability check, but before the DM tells you whether or not you succeed or fail. College of Valor. Bards of the College of Valor are daring skalds whose tales keep alive the memory of the great heroes of the past and thereby inspire new generations of heroes. These bards gather in mead halls or around great bonfires to sing of the deeds of the mighty, both past and present. They travel to lands to witness great events firsthand and to assure that the memory of those events don't pass from the world. With their songs, they inspire others to reach the same heights of accomplishment of the heroes of old. Bonus proficiencies. When you join the College of Valor at the 3rd level, you gain the proficiency with medium armor, shields, and martial weapons. Combat inspiration. At the 3rd level, also at the 3rd level, you inspire others in battle. A creature that has bardic inspiration die from you can roll that die and add the number rolled to a weapon damage roll it just made. Alternatively, when attack roll is made against the creature, it can use its reaction to roll the bardic inspiration die and add the number rolled to its AC against that attack, after seeing the roll, but before knowing whether or not it hits or misses. Extra attack. Starting at the 6th level, you can attack twice instead of once, whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Battle magic. At the 14th level, you have mastered the art of weaving spellcasting and weapon use in single harmonious act. When you use your action to cast a bard spell, you can still make one weapon attack as a bonus action. And that is all she wrote for the bard. Well, in this chapter. Hopefully you are enjoying the reading of the D&D Player's Handbook with me. So you will like, comment, maybe even follow. Keep playing, fellas.